let's see. Let's see. Whoops. So I know last week I got this API key working. So if I save this, that file should update, which is good. I am going to change that from add API to update API. And I shouldn't need to change anything over here since it is an engine. So the next step, if I want to continue working on the menu bar, would be adding this view help, but I don't have a good README yet, so I'm gonna wait on that. I can select files, perfect. So the next step will be these buttons. And I need to connect the API. So let me go ahead and close this. And I'm going to go I need to go grab my APR key. Why is it inactive? What? Ah, that sucks. I really don't feel like dealing with that right now. Alright, let's see what other projects I have going on. I don't feel like dealing with this API in this current moment. I do have this. Let me... Alright. So I need to figure out how I want to lay out this project. I'm basically going to be using the same idea that I have for the TV database where it searches through a JSON file. I need to copy this. I need to... Hopefully that worked. Alright, so I need to open up some files real quick. There we go. So what I'm looking for is a reference to everything that a widget can do. Because that is how I'm going to essentially build this. And I'm kind of doing this off the cuff, which you probably shouldn't do, but I was not expecting my API license to be inactive, and that is not something I want to deal with right now. And I'm already live, so I think the best course of action is probably to create a subfolder. So turn that into a package, and each one will handle what it needs to. So we're going to start off with some basics. I want every widget to have a location. Let's do window. Actually, it probably already has a name. Let me make sure. Anchor, background, font, this doesn't look like everything. Captions. We're going to default to the root. We are going to default the text to label. We'll default X to 0, default Y to 0. And that is all I will focus on to begin with. Wrong main, I want this one. Free. I don't know if I want to inherit that quite yet. So this is a class. I do know I want to... You know what? I do want to inherit a TK label. I want to inherit all the properties. So self.config.text text, right? We also, okay, so import JSON, and then I would want to load all of this self.base. I'm gonna load that as the base. You know what, just for now, let's keep it like this. Let's get a window going first. Okay, import tconsor stk. Tconsor, and yeah, I don't want to do that just yet. Class app tk.tk because we want the application to refer to itself as tconsor depth self-init, net. I'm going to skip the base for now. I want an empty widgets list. And I think I'm just going to hard code everything for now and place it how I want. And then the widgets will be what gets exported. Any of that? Any of that? Let's basically just copy and paste this. And then let's see what happens. Oh. Okay. There we go. I don't want to debug. Alright, so we got a window. I probably should make that resizable. So I want to turn that off. And then I feel 800 by 600 is a good default for an application. I do want to keep it in the middle. So that does look good so far. The next thing is to make a top level. Create widget pane. Utility is a top level, and we're done with that top level. Let's go ahead and make it out upon creation. All right. Going to be called widget panel, self.utility, geometry. Let's do 300 by 800. I'm actually just going to copy and paste all of this. Right. utility.geometry. I kind of want it off to the side. How am I going to do that? $59, 800. Okay, where's that? What's that going to look like over here? Oh, no, it should definitely be 600. And then the X position will be the screen width. So that minus 300 maybe? I'm thinking it's half of the, oh no, 400. Half of the width of the main window. Should put it off to the side. I need to do another 125, so 525 maybe? Because I am looking at the center. Yep, that looks decent enough. Let me change my default window. I currently have it off to the side on my side monitor. Because that's just kind of how I've been working. But now, if I refresh this, there we go. I think I'll give it a little bit more space so it's not butting up against it like that. So let's give it another 25 pixels. That looks nice. And then if I close this, yep, perfect. All right, and then I need to create widgets and place them in the main panel. Starting with the label. So I want label equals tk.label, self.utility, text equals create label. Maybe I should do 2. Border width equals 1, relief equals grooved, border equals black. Maybe? Nope. Hex codes? Nope. Border color? Okay, what is it? Let's take this off. I guess I should pack that in there first. All right. Fill equals specs. Add x equals 10. Add y equals 10. Let's go ahead and update this font. We're going to keep that as none. And then I want it to be 14. Make it a little bit more readable. iPad Y, internal pad Y. this is going to be a little bit more complex. I've never made a drag and drop system, so I like to use AI to kind of lay out how things should go, especially when I have never done it before. But I don't just copy and paste the code. And so, like, basically, once this is done, I'll probably end up making something similar, but the general concept is what I'm really looking for. Specifically, like this. So, button one, which is your left mouse click, so like click or self.click, and that returns the X and Y value. But in motion is drag. So while button one is held down in motion, okay. Draggable widget, top level. Draggable widget. Draggable widget is taking in. So I need a TK frame. All right, let's see if we can make this. So I am going to move this off to my second monitor so I can have a reference. Feel free to rewind it to see if I'm just copy and pasting, but that's not my style, so. So I already have my class app, which is the base application, that is root application. Oh, that's going to cause some issues if I go to add a frame. So I need to add some method that recognizes what widget is below it. All right, one last question. All right, so I'm probably going to just end up creating this drag and drop feature later. So I want to make sure everything gets wired up first. I want to make sure that if I click a label, it is created, it is placed at 0, 0, that I can click it afterwards and bring up a third, I guess, a second level, but a third window, second top level, third window, where I'm able to edit all the parameters. So with its import call. This is the default. So now I need to load this as a JSON. Load API, set API, save API, open help, select files, populate table, configure GUI, create GUI. So basically just copy this. I guess I just need to in my main create the base directory and self.base here equals os.path dot your name os.path dot absolute path of file. Oops, that's JavaScript. I'm gonna keep that there just to help me focus and keep this organized. Alright, so where are we? We got this created. I want to be able to click that and create a new label. So create label. I need to pass base directory to widgets. So self.create label equals create label dot create label self.base directory. And then this needs to accept base directory self.base directory equals base directory. Now I can load the or the JSON file. Set parameters. Self. I don't need self. Just base and path equal os.cast.join self.base dir. I need to add type in here. Oh no, I don't need that type. I need to take this and turn it into another dictionary. All right, so I can target label. They'll pull in all that information. I wonder if I can dump that data. Open JSON path. This file. I want to make sure that it is a read only. So data. JSON data equals JSON data. Hey, create labels. I think I have to configure it in one click for that to work. You know what? I don't need to do that. I need... Yeah, that's not the right way to do that. Let's see this. So I need to bind. Label.bind. Button 1. And I don't want to create label now. Oh yeah, I do want to create label. Create label. And self.base directory, right? Here next we'll create a label. Let's go ahead and print creating label. Nope. Module is not callable. Oh. That would probably help. There we go. Now I need to figure out how to put that in the self.widgets. Okay, so when I create a label, we get to put in the widgets folder. Where did my chat go? Oh. Yep, that disappeared. One second. Okay. All right. I am going to wrap this in a print and see what happens. Return self. Oh. And it should return none, not label. All right. So what I need to figure out is how to create this label and then return the label so that I can add it to my widgets. Oh, wait, I can just... I can just pass the widget list. That will be a hell of a lot easier. So, widgets gets passed to create label, self dot widget list equals widget list. We can self.set parameters now. That should print the JSON. Message directory is source layout. That should target the subdirectory. Now, there we go. All right. Parameters equals JSON labels. So those are the default parameters. I wonder if I can grab those somehow. Dot create label. Let's generate label instead of create. And we're going to pass parameters. Dot generate label 12, and then we have to get parameters. I want label to equal to self.configure parent equals I guess I also need to pass app into this. Hello to the one person watching. Thank you for joining. Feel free to leave a comment in the chat. I have it up and I am replying. Here to answer questions. Try my best to explain what I'm doing. Got like 20 different tabs open. All right. Not really helpful. You know what? I'm going to pass to create. Let's see what it thinks. Okay, so once it is, this is generating the label. So let's remove this inheritance. I don't want the super init because I want label to equal tk.label. Self.parent. Submit. Parameters parent equals roots. Oh, we'll just keep it self.parent. Text equals parameter text. Label dot place. X equals parameter x, y equals parameter y. Self dot widget list. Oh, how did I do that? That's what it was. Self dot widget list. I need a Alright, I'm going to keep this as label. Label number equals self dot widget list. Labels. It's a lens of that. And then this needs to be updated. We have labels. I want to print the label number. Let's go ahead and take these out for now. I want to make sure that works. Nope. Okay. So I want to And, well, no, because I want to keep that as the same index. I guess it doesn't matter if I'm gonna allow people to rename them. But let's go ahead and pass. Can I just pass self? You're gonna let me do that? Parent equals parent. Make it an F string. Self.widget list. All right. So ideally, if I click this, it should. I kind of got it. I have to add labels here. And then that should pop it in there. So labels. But what it didn't do was, no, it's right there. Perfect. I guess I should rename, where is it? Text equals F string that, and then label number. Nope. Label number. All right. Next step. I want to be able to click that label and open up another. I want to be able to click. Well, let's start with being able to click that label. And what do I want to do? Let's click the label and see if I can grab all the parameters. So let's go back over here. So I need to add an on-click method. Click widget. So and I do want to make that an event. Oh wait, I'll make it an event. And target the widget and using button 1, using a bind for button 1. We're going to target the widget. Wait, I should be able to use the methods above. Yeah, right here. So let's go to the top. Self.bind button 1. Self.bind button 1. So dot click on click on click. Now what do I want to do? I guess I do need event. So events print event dot x event dot y. I'm getting the X and Y position. I need to get the actual widget. All right, I think I am going to try to get this working where it recognizes what I'm clicking on and call it a day. So it is telling me that I need to create an on-click function here. And then I need to print, okay, so and then up here, label dot find button 1 lambda is an event, yeah, lambda e on click label. So I guess self.onClick. Let's see, I'm gonna go ahead and rechange that to click label. That way, if I'm hovering over it or it won't be confused with the other onClick. So let's see if this works. Yep. Nope. Oh. Let's just go back to print HTML over here. Alright, so there. Click on that. Yep. There we go. So if I... Perfect. So I don't... I'm just gonna leave this here as user clicked at self dot. I guess I should make that an F string. Self dot x equals self dot y equals. Then over here, I want to make a top level. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this real quick. Data window equals tk dot top level. I guess self dot parent. Yep. Let's move this over here so I can reference the other top level. Oh, I don't need to parentify that. Data window dot geometry. Let's do 200 by 600. Data window dot title equals. I need the label name. We'll leave it as edit label now, but I do want to grab the name from it based on the dictionary. So I need to figure out how to target this tkinter label object. This section right here. So ideally, whenever you click, it'll locate it here and then return this. And then within this window, you'll be able to update this name in the dictionary. That way, whenever it gets exported as a JSON, it'll be easier to figure out. Because, like with the tvdb database, I have like one thing called title. Where is it? This. So like this label is called title. This button is called select files. So it'll be easier to read it if I give the user the ability to actually update the names like that. I want to go back here. And then I'm just going to copy and paste this because it is basically the same thing. We're going to change utility to data window. And then instead of negative, we're going to, we'll just overlay it. There's no point in offsetting it. I do want to see what it looks like though. So if I click this. X. not the right thing. Oh, event X. Boom, boom. Okay. That is self.parent. Boom, boom. Put that over there. Perfect. Add another 25. Add the label. Click the label. Edit the label. We'll leave it at 550. And then from there, I need to loop over. Let's see. I'd like to dump all the parameters. So, come back to here. Oops. I have to manually do all that. All right. So, right now, let's see. This one. Do I want to make that a self? Nah. I'm just gonna pack all this. So parent equal. Well, I won't even. We'll wait on that. So text equals tk dot label data window text equals label text dot pack fill equals x. Text value equals tk dot entry data window text value pack field text value dot inserts zeros. So what is that? Text. It wouldn't be self though. It would be label. All right, let's see if that works. We create the widget. It's placed. Label 0. Create another one. Label 1. Perfect. And then I just want to center that. We'll do that later. So update text. Update x value, x location, x equals tk dot label, x position, x value equals tk dot enter data line, x value dot insert label dot info x. So w info is window info, and I'm grabbing an x value. X dot pack fill, x value dot pack fill. Go ahead and update this with y. And there is a better way to do this. I guess don't feel like it right now. Create. Yep. All right. And then lastly, update button btn equals tk.button data window text equals update label command equals I gotta pass all that information. I need to turn that into a dictionary and pass it. But just in the stream, let's do self.update label. We want to pass label. We want to pass text value dot get, x value dot get, y value dot get, and then the update label dot configure text equals text value. Oh yeah, we can just do that. tkinter label dot configure, just to make sure I have this correct. Label dot configure text equals, yep, all right. Text equals text value dot get, x equals text value dot get, y equals y value dot get. Boom, boom. Test label 1055. Oh, I did not pack the button. X. All right, so create label, boom, boom. Test label 1055. Update label. Oh no. Let's see, unknown option X. Let's see. Create label on 58 right here. Configure x value dot get. Unknown option X. There we go. Boom, boom. That's label 1055. Update label 80. Okay, so I need So instead of creating that, I need to make it its own thing and then just update it. But so far, so good. All right, we'll continue this next week. That has been fun. I've been wanting to do this for a little while now. Anyway, so now that we got the basics done, I just need to clean it up a bit. And then I need to start writing test codes so I can actually make sure that things are functioning properly, and I don't have to manually test this all the time. So I'll probably do some tests next week. Either tests or cleaning up, or both, depending on how much time I got to dedicate to this. I will see you guys